What's up, you guys? This video is not going to be long simply because I am at my dad's house. I am literally holding my phone because I did not bring a tripod. And the only reason why I'm recording this video at this particular moment in time is because he was supposed to get off at 4:30. We were supposed to have dinner together. And I brought him his little card and gift for Father's Day. And he ended up getting off work late and not calling me and telling me until I was already on my way, which is annoying, but I'm trying to give him the opportunity to get here before I just leave. Anyways, I'm making this video to tell y'all something in particular. So y'all know we've been doing this Grow and Glow challenge. I don't know if y'all have been keeping up. I kind of stopped putting the work in the chat because I feel like y'all were not participating. And I've told y'all, like, I'm a Leo, Moon, Chiron, and Midhaven. When y'all don't participate, if y'all make me feel like y'all not giving me no attention on what I'm putting out, I'm gonna stop putting it out. Like, I tried not to be like that, but now it's like not to the point where I'm not putting it out and I'm not doing it at all. It's like I'm doing it, and if y'all want to follow along, great, but if not, fine. So I've still been doing my morning routine every single morning. In the evening, I have an evening routine that I do. I honestly probably have only been keeping it about 2 or 3 times a week. I'm gonna just keep it a buck with y'all. At 8:30, what I'll do is I'll hula hoop for 5 to 10 minutes. I'll do some yoga. Let me see if there's anywhere that I can prop my phone up, because that would just really help me with this. I hula hoop, I do my yoga, and then I read a little bit. I need to get back into journaling at night because it helps me dump and empty my brain. And it helps me sleep better, honestly. But I've only been keeping my evening routine up, like I said, about 2 or 3 times a week. But morning, I've been on it almost every day. Like, out of 7 days a week, I probably do it 5 to 6 days a week. And if I don't do it, I feel off and I do it middle of the day. I'm lucky that I have the privilege to do it in the middle of the day because I am an entrepreneur and an independent contractor. So for the most part, I can make my own schedule, but I try to be consistent with my independent contracting gigs of the schedule that I am available because it helps me make more money. So yeah, that's what I do. I get up in the morning, I listen to affirmations or meditation music or praise and worship music. I journal, I read some self-help or religious books. Not even religious, really. I am, if I had to identify with a religion, which is not even really considered a religion, I would say that I am a Kabbalist. If you don't know what Kabbalah is, look it up. I will explain it in another video. I plan on doing a whole series on that for y'all. But I would say that's that is the system that I identify the most with and use the most in my own spiritual practice. Um, but so I read a lot of books on Kabbalah, and then Kabbalah is heavily based upon like the metaphysical meaning of the Torah, so the first 5 books of the Bible. And then, you know, my family is Christian, so I be in the Bible, I be in my Psalms, I be in my Proverbs. I'll go in there and read Matthew, honey. I'll go in there and read about Samuel. It's a lot of things in the Bible. We have to understand, first of all, that these are stories. These are stories about people. They probably weren't real people. They're allegorical stories. Nonetheless, they talk about people's experiences. There's experiences in the Bible of people manipulating people into love, and, you know, them choosing somebody else and the consequences of that. There's like stuff about killing and stealing and all of the evils of human as well as the goodness of God. So sometimes I do go on my Bible, you know, when I feel like I can't find the answers, and I'll pull out a scripture like that works for me. So I read my Kabbalah books. I read my Bible. I may read a self-help book that is on one of my reading lists. Lately, I've been revisiting Existential King. If you guys have not read Existential King, if you're one of my OG subscribers or followers, I know that you've read Existential King because I always recommend that book. But I'm gonna tell y'all something. Existential King by Carolyn Elliott is one of the best shadow work books you're going to read. The approach that it takes to shadow work is not necessarily it's not necessarily like an approach that is normally taken. Like, she really takes like a BDSM and dark side approach to doing shadow work. But it works, y'all. It really, really works. And I just love that book. I read it probably 2 to 3 times a year if I don't listen to it. So I've been rereading that. I've been reading my Kabbalah book by Elizabeth Clare Prophet. I've been reading um Pomegranates by Israel Garden, I think is the last name. Um, I've been listening to Power Moves by Sarah Jakes Roberts. And I've been walking at least 2 miles in the morning. I'll hula hoop for 5 to 10 minutes, and then I'll do a body weight strength training workout video or a calisthenics workout video, and then I'll do some yoga. And I usually do like 15 to 20 minutes of yoga. So that is my morning routine, on top of journaling, of course. Lately, my journals have just been me conversing with God. This morning, I didn't feel right. Like, something just did not feel right in my spirit. So I really didn't journal that much. And then I was sleepy too. So I probably will journal again this evening. But I've been staying on it, y'all. I've been staying on it. And honestly, I probably will just stick to this routine for the rest of the year because it's making me feel good. First of all, I'm losing weight. My back rolls are going down. My arms are getting swole. My abs are going down. I feel like my skin has been glowing because I'm sweating out toxins and purifying myself. I've been fasting. Um, I did a 7-day fast at the beginning of June. And then these past 2 weeks, I've been eating normal. I'm going to do another fast this week where I'm doing raw fruits, veggies, and water only. Something about fasting and praying with my morning routine just really gets me to where I need to be. But yeah, like, I've been really like gung ho on this, and I feel like, y'all, honestly, the direction that I'm about to go in with my content, with my YouTube, with my Instagram, and all of that, it's really just going to be about personal growth and development. I'm learning that I've been marketing the wrong things. Like, yes, I'm great at doing tarot readings because I am very intuitive. I have a gift, and the tarot cards pretty much give to y'all what spirit is giving to me in layman's terms. It makes it make sense so that y'all don't think I'm just pulling shit out of my ass and telling y'all. But at the same time, I don't need the cards, one. And two, it's not about just flipping the cards. It's really about helping you with your mental health. It's about helping you ground. It's about helping you get clarity. It's about helping you cleanse and get over the blockages that you're facing. And sometimes just a simple 30-minute reading is not going to allow me to do that. So I really need to start marketing and focusing on coaching packages and programs because that's what I really love to do. I show up well in that space, and people usually see a lot of results when they work with me. So I am leaning more in that direction, and that's why y'all haven't seen me do a lot of collective readings. I honestly just I haven't been feeling it. Like, my spirit is like, no, not right now. There's plenty of people doing collective readings if that's what y'all want to see. And I understand sometimes it's good to just hear a little message, but at the same time, it's just like, I don't want to be putting out messages just to be putting out messages to the collective. I want every single message that I put out to be intentional, and I don't want to force it, meaning I don't want to have to pull out cards to get a message. If spirit has not given me a message to come and say to y'all collectively, then I'm not going to come and say it to y'all. Now, what I might do is pull some cards on a message that I already got to get some clarification, but I'm not going to force it. And I feel like me doing collective readings and trying to do reading with every turn of the astrology, that's what it gives. Like, and I don't really want to do that. I love tarot, and I love how I've incorporated it into my business. Is something that I'm always going to do. but it is not going to be my main form of content. I'm also about to become a lot more astrology based and start talking to y'all a lot more about astrology, the effects of the transits, how to track your personal transits, what certain things mean in depth, how to go deeper into your chart, what to look for when you're facing certain issues, because I feel like everybody is talking about sun sign this, sun sign that, Capricorn this, Capricorn that, Pisces this, Pisces that. Everybody is so focused on like the ideation of your sun sign or your moon sign or your rising and what that looks like, but nobody is talking about how to problem solve using your astrology, and I really want to talk about that. So that's the direction that I'm getting ready to move in. I also want to talk to y'all about the metaphysical aspects of the Bible. I want to talk to y'all about Kabbalah. So that's getting ready to be some of the content that I've been planning, or that's some of the content that I've been planning that I'm getting ready to drop. So you guys can look forward to that. I am starting a new segment called Shawnee Said It. I originally had wanted this segment to be on Tuesdays. And I kind of feel like I probably will do the first segment tomorrow, but something is telling me maybe I should do like Shawnee Said It Saturdays or Shawnee Said It Sundays, because of the alliteration and just the way that that can draw people in, and I can create like a little thumbnail. And yeah, I kind of feel like that's what it's gonna be. But on these Shawnee Says It segments, on top of me just giving y'all downloads from spirit, I am going to be answering questions that people have sent me, whether it's my followers, my subscribers, people that I've done readings for. I've asked all of them to send me questions. If you watch this video, put a question in the comment or email me at Shawnee L. Smith at 11moons11.com. That's the word first, the number at the end, and send me your questions. I definitely will get them into an episode, but I'm just going to be talking to y'all about real life stuff. I feel like I want to build more community, and in order to do that, I need to be more relatable. Y'all relate to me because I be vulnerable and transparent and showing up. But at the same time, I don't tell y'all my business. I'm a Scorpio rising, I'm a Scorpio Venus. So there's a lot of things that I keep under wraps and keep hidden. Not even intentionally because I got shit to hide. It's just literally, I'm private. I'm a private person. That's just how I am. So I do want to just be more relatable and be vulnerable. And I feel like maybe in order for me to start doing that more, I need to start talking about other people's lives on camera instead of talking about my own, because talking about my own life is a lot. But speaking of talking about my own life, the whole reason why I wanted to record this video is because I wanted to tell y'all I have been doing a whole lot of inner child healing, okay? I had a whole bunch of issues with my mom in the past couple of years. I have done the work in these past few weeks of forgiving her, of opening my heart back to her, of being vulnerable, of holding space for her without judgment, which is not easy for me. I'm telling y'all, I've been in therapy for months, okay? Months. Over this since last September, child, when I should have been in therapy, but that's another story. But I've been doing a really good job. I'm proud of myself for how I've been just really setting boundaries with her and keeping her, considering her, but still keeping her at the distance that feels safe for me. And then with my dad, like, I've forgiven him, I've opened up myself to him, and I've created space for him again. We gonna see how he acts. Y'all know I already started this video saying how he not here and he's supposed to be here, and he knew I was coming and didn't call me until I was already on the way to tell me that he wasn't home because he had to work late. But I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, so I'm gonna keep myself open. But what I've learned in doing this inner child healing is I've learned that your inner child issues will plague your whole entire life. It'll plague your relationships, it'll plague your friendships, it'll plague your work ethic, okay? I am someone who has anxious attachment, I have abandonment issues, and I realize that it creates codependency within my relationships because I start to become everything that my partner needs or everything that I think they need. And then I wonder why they're not pouring back into me at the same level. And it's like, nobody has the capacity to do that. I don't even have the capacity to do that, even though I try. And then on top of that, it's just like having abandonment issues. It's like you don't really want to leave people even when they show you certain signs or certain things, because it's like you really love them and you care about them and you know that it's not them that's doing the thing, it's their trauma that's doing the thing. And you start to internalize that, and then you hold space for people and you create an avenue for people that should not have access to you, period. And I have done that a lot, and I'm really good at cutting people off normally, but when it comes to people that I really love and care about, it's really hard for me to do that. It takes a lot for me to get to a point where I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna cut you off and pretend like you're dead. But I'm starting to realize in this season, I know the life that I want to live. I know the type of person that I am. And some things are just not in alignment with that. You know what I'm saying? And no matter how much I may want those things, I cannot force them. I cannot force them. And I am allowed to want what I want. I'm allowed to feel how I feel. I don't have to minimize it or compartmentalize it in order to have relationships with people. Either they can compromise with me and meet me in the middle, or they can just leave me alone. Like, that's where I'm at. Even with my parents, and it's just like, I'm grateful that they've been doing a good job of showing up in the way that I need them, to. But then at the same time, it's just like this energy of, I'm kind of scared because I don't want to be hurt. I've already gone through a lot of hurt in the past year, and I want to be happy. I want to be happy. I want to feel free. I want to have community. Like, I am so strong, and I usually figure it out, and I pray and I go to God, and God assists me every time. The great mother assists me every time. I'm thankful that I have spirit, even when I don't have anything else. But one thing God has shown me is, you do have people. You do have people that love you, that care about you. They may not be able to show up 100% in the way that you need them to, but they will show up at the capacity that they are able to do so. And you have to decide if that's okay for you or if it's not, and that is a hard battle to fight. But at the same time, I accept it, and it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I encourage you guys to set boundaries within your relationships, whether it's romantic relationships, friendships, or familiar relationships. I encourage you to do the work that you need to do on yourself. I encourage you not to let your community and relationships and the people that are there for you be an expense to you doing the work that you need to do on yourself. Because when you feel like you have done enough work, when you get back to feeling lonely, when you get back to feeling like you pushed everybody away, you're gonna need those people. You're gonna need those people, and I can say that from experience. Okay, so definitely stand in that space, hold that weight, and take accountability for the ways in which you have pushed away your own community. Take accountability for the ways in which you have chosen to cut people off instead of building solutions because you didn't feel like being triggered. And it's not that you were wrong, because you shouldn't have to be triggered. But at the same time, you can't say that you don't want to be triggered and you're cutting somebody off and then continue to feed into them and be triggered and be upset with them. That's just not how it works. You have to be willing to stand on business about your own triggers and yourself. And if you can't handle it, you got to withdraw. And maybe that energy will change and maybe it won't, but it is what it is. And the last thing that I'm going to say is, it's a lot of y'all that's walking around, you're acting like everything is fine. You're compartmentalizing. You're saying, I'm okay. It's fine. I don't need anything. I don't need nobody. Whole time on the inside, you're breaking down and busted up. You need support. You need community. You need assistance. You probably need some financial resources. But you're so afraid to ask for help because you don't want to be judged, because you don't want anybody looking at you like you're not good enough, because you don't want anybody telling you that you're not doing what you're supposed to do. So what do? You just continue to compartmentalize, act like everything is fine, go above and beyond when you don't have the means to do so. Stop doing that. You're just further putting yourself into a hole that you don't want to be in. And then what are you going to do? You're going to push away the people closest to you, trying to appease people who aren't seeing you struggle. It's a toxic cycle, and we have to willingly say, I'm not choosing that anymore. I'm getting out of that, and I refuse to allow this to consume me. Okay, we have to willingly and openly say that. But yeah, I am going to leave y'all with that. Again, this is Shawnee. If you don't know me, I use the language of magic, mindfulness, and metaphysics to help you overcome blockages, to help you get away from self-sabotage, to help strengthen your relationships, to help you become a better leader and to push you towards new heights. So if that is something that you need, visit my website, 11moons11.com. Let's talk about it. And know that you are divinely protected, heavily favored, and know that you are heavily protected, divinely favored, and highly favored and divinely guided in all that you are and all that you do. And I will talk to y'all next time.